We're gonna do example 1, then we'll go to that part. So example number 1, 4a plus 9 equals a minus 6. So example number 1, there you go, 4a plus 9 equals a minus 6. So we're going to set it up the same way that we do every single time. Draw our line, circle our variables. Now, what we're going to do from here, though, is try to figure out if I can simplify each side of the line of equality, just like what we did in the past lesson. So I'm going to look on my left side here. Can I simplify my left side? Can I distribute?
Yeah, no.
Okay, then I go to my right side. Can I distribute?
Yeah, no.
Then I go back to my left. After I distribute, what do I always try to do next?
Get rid of that now.
Combine like terms. Can I combine like terms on my left?
Yeah. Wait, no.
No, you can't combine these because they're totally separate things, okay? Can I combine like terms on my right? No. So, the next step, which is going to be the new step that we're going to learn, is to get the variables on the same side of the line of equality. Now, as I was telling you guys during the opener, I always do that by picking on the little guy. So I look at the variable, and I look at the number in front of the variable, and I pick on the one that's smaller, or I choose that one. Now, I have a 4a and an a. If I have a variable by itself, what can I put in front of it? A 1. So I actually have a 4a and a 1a. Which one's smaller? 1a. So I'm going to pick on the little guy, which means my goal is to get the variables on the same side of the line of equality. Go down at 9. So 4 minutes. Get this example down. So if I want to get this 1a from this side to this side, what am I going to have to do to it? What kind of 1a is it? Positive or negative? Positive. So how do I get rid of a positive 1a?
Negative.
Yeah, so negative 1a. Whatever I do to one side, bless you, I do to the other. Those cancel. So then I take 4a minus 1a and get 3a. And what do I bring down?
9.
Just a 9 like that?
Plus.
There you go. And then on my right side, what do I have? Drop your negative 6. Good. Hey, I'd really like to hear something from like you 4-ish. Or you 2-ish. Okay, so you should know how to do this part, Jalen. Once I get the variables to the same side, I now just have a two-step equation. So I go and I solve as usual. So if I'm going to solve as usual, which means I want to get the variable by itself, what am I going to get rid of first, Jalen? Yeah, you do. You've done this. So if I have the equation here, I want to get this variable by itself. Am I going to get rid of the 3 first or the 9? Yeah. By?
Oh, you got the minus one.
There, see, you know what you're doing. On this part. You may not the top part, but you know the bottom part. So what do we bring down on the left side?
Put negative 15. Oh, well, put 3a.
Okay. Now what?
You do divided by 3. So put that'd be negative 5.
Good morning. So A equals negative 5. Okay, do you have your pass? I have to sign it. Variables on this. Okay. Yes. Okay. So here are your steps. Solving equations with the variable in more than one place, meaning with the variable on both sides of the equation or on both sides of the equal sign or both sides of the line of equality, however you want to look at it. Step 1, simplify each side of the equation. Well, part of step 1 is going to be distribute and then combine like terms. Well, that sounds familiar because we've already been doing that this week. Step 2, if you want to put a star by that, that's your new step here.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Step 2 is get the variables on one side of the equation. I would pick on the little guy. So you know which one to get rid of. And step 3, solve as usual. Okay, so the only new step here is getting the variables on the same side of the equation. Example number 2, go ahead and write down. Example number 2 is going to be 2b minus 5 equals 7b. So according to my notes, I'm going to follow my step 1, which says simplify each side of the equation. So I'm going to look on my left side. Can I simplify my left side? Yeah. So the first bullet part is to distribute. Can I distribute?
Yes.
So what number am I going to distribute with?
B
2 times b.
minus 10.
Okay, so good. So you distribute it. So we take 2b. I'll explain it. So what you're doing, Jalen, you're taking this number on the outside of the parentheses, and you're multiplying it by everything on the inside of the parentheses. One way, not long time ago, don't tell Miss Schobert if you see her. Do you guys remember Miss Schobert? No, she retired. This is her first year. So Miss Schobert, when she taught math with me back in the day when we were in the BD classroom together, instead of using rainbows, she always reminded kids it's like a mailman. A mailman's going to go deliver house to the houses on the block. The numbers in here are the houses on the block in the parentheses. This is the mailman. He's going to deliver mail here, and then he's going to go and deliver mail here. So when you're delivering mail, Jalen, you're multiplying. So you're taking this 2 times b to get 2b. Then you're taking 2 times the next number within here, which is a negative 5, to get negative 10. Yeah. So that's where we're getting those numbers. So then I go to the right side. Can I simplify anything on my right side? Nah, it's just a 7b, so I drop it. After I distribute, according to the bulleted part on step 1, what would I do?
You gonna do negative 2.
No. I want you to tell me the step. So after I distribute, what do I look to see if I can do?
You look to see if you get variables on one side.
No, I'm not there yet. Combine like terms. So after I distribute, I look to see if I can combine like terms. Can I combine like terms on my left? Can I combine like terms on my right? No. So then I move on to the new. So the reason why I want you to look at each step is because I want you guys to get used to going step by step by step. So then we go to step 2. That's our new step. What's our step 2, Kaylon?
Get all the variables on one side.
And I do that by?
You do that by picking up the small one, so you can do minus 2b.
Good. So we look at 2b and we look at 7b. 2b is my smaller one. It's a positive 2b, so to move that all the way from this side to this side, we're going to subtract that as Kaylon said.
That's going to give you 5b. Then you go bring
Hold on, you gotta give me a second. I'm learning this. So you said that's going to give me, what do I do now?
5b.
Okay.
Then you're going to bring it down to minus 10.
All right. So let's stop there. Let's let people get this down. Draw your line of equality.
Huh.
So from here, I've done step 1. I've completed step 2. I got my variables on the same side. So I'm going to go to step 3. Jaden, what's step 3 say? Yeah, solve as usual. So I'm going to get that variable by itself. How do I do that, Jaden? Yeah. Which will then equal? What's negative 10 divided by 5, you guys? Negative 2. Equals B. Hey, Michael. This is the last note sheet you'll do in the year of 2018 for math.
Yay.
Well, when you put it that way, it sounds so much better. Okay. Flip your paper over. We have 6 examples to do total. Example number 3. Go ahead and write it down. So the better we work together and stay on task, the sooner that you'll be done with your last note sheet of the year of 2018.
Him is looking, we'll always find something to give us. Just keep them occupied.
Let's talk about that after class, and we'll see what we find. All right, let's see. So we have 4c minus 3 equals 2c minus 6. So again, I'm going to refer to my notes. My notes are going to tell me to simplify each side of the equation. I do that by first seeing if I can distribute. David, can I distribute on my left side?
Yes, ma'am.
What am I going to distribute with?
4C
And?
and minus 12.
Nice. David, on my right side, can I distribute?
No.
2C.
Can I distribute that? Nah.
No.
So I'm just going to bring that down, right?
Right.
Okay. Jair, after I distribute, what do I look to see if I can do?
Like terms?
Can I combine like terms on my left side?
No.
No. Can I combine like terms on my right side?
No.
No. Okay. So then I move right along. Kira, when I move right along, what's my next step? By picking on the... Okay, what's my little guy up there? 4C or 2C? How do I move that?
You add.
No. If I add it, it's going to be... If I take 2C
Oh.
plus 2C, I'll get 4C. So what do? What's the opposite of add? Because that's a positive
Subtract.
2C? Yeah. So I'm going to...
But he got the subtraction, minus 6, so.
We're going to leave that there for a minute. Because that minus goes with the 6. So you always look at the operation sign in front of the number. Okay? And since there's not an operation sign in front of the 2, we know it's a positive. So if I subtract 2C from one side, I do it to the other. I'm not sure, kiddo.
Oh, okay.
I haven't worked these out yet this year. So Deja's saying on my left side, 4C minus 2C is 2C. What else do I bring down? And then on my right side, what do I bring down? Negative 6. Danielle, what's the last step according to my notes? Yeah, so what do I do? Okay. So what do I bring down on my left side? Whoa, try that again. So on my left side, I'm going to bring down 2C. My right side, I'm going to take negative 6 plus 12. There we go. And how do I get the C by itself? By? Which would then equal? Good. Yep. I can't wait to show you some of these examples coming up. You guys are going to love them.
Bad feeling about that.
Yes.
Ain't next Monday our last
Full week.
Then we got Friday.
All right, here we go.
How's that exciting?
Michael, I'm saving the best for last.
Hey, Diago, a little bit slower, so we.
So example number 4. If we go slower, then that means we have to do more notes tomorrow.
No, you don't.
So we have negative 3D because we have 6 examples to get through. So if we don't get through them today, we go them tomorrow. So we have negative 3D equals negative 4 times D plus 3 minus 12.
We do this on our own, so we got some.
Yeah, what do you say?
Go ahead and try. So while you're working on your own, we're going to go through them together as a class. So you can work through on your own if you think you got them, but pay attention to make sure you're getting the steps right. So I'm going to simplify both sides of the equation. Can I simplify my left side? No, I just have the 3D. Can I simplify my right side? Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that negative 3D down so I don't forget about them. What am I going to simplify on my right side? What am I going to do first?
You gotta do 4D.
So you're going to, what's that called? Distribute.
You just gonna bring it down.
Which is
4D.
negative 4D. Okay, then what kind of 12? Negative times a positive is a, okay. Then what do I bring down? Okay. I go back to my left side. What do I do after I distribute? Okay, can I combine like terms on my left? Nah, so I just bring that down. Can I combine like terms on my right? What are my like terms on my right side?
12.
negative 12, and negative 12. So my number with my variable, I want to bring that down first just so I don't forget about it. So negative 4D. And then you're going to take negative 12 minus 12. That does not equal 0. If you think about it, if you owed me $12 and then you borrowed $12 more from me, how much are you going to owe me? 24. So it's negative 24.
Kobe.
You guys are going to be broke. Okay? So that's all of step 1. So now we move to step 2. What am I supposed to do for step 2?
The same,
Get the variable by itself.
Not yet.
Wait.
It's something with the variable though.
Get the variable on one side.
Okay, by picking on the little guy. Now, think of a number line. So if you have your 0 here, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4 on the left side, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the right side, which number is smaller? Negative 4 or negative 3? Which number is further away from 0?
No, negative 4.
Negative 4. So that's our little guy. So how do I get rid of that negative 4 and bring it to the other side? Yeah, plus 4D. Sorry, I should be saying plus 4D. Plus 40? 4D. So that cancels. So on my left side, what's negative 3D plus 4D? 1. 1 what? Okay. Equals, and what do I have on my right side? Now, do I have to have that 1 in front of the D?
Yeah.
No. So if I take that 1 away,
No, you don't.
I just end up with D equals negative 24. Now, you do not have to write what I'm writing in the red here. Let's say that we would have left it as 1D equals negative 24. How would I get the D by itself? Divide by 1, right?
Yep.
Which would still equal
24.
negative 24. So really, by not dropping that 1, we end up with getting the same answer. We just have to do an extra step. Either way is okay. So if you have a quiz, or when you have a quiz on this, or if you have this on your test, this way or this way is an acceptable way to show your answer.
Are we done with that, guys?
Yep, moving right on. Example number 5. Okay,
No, why would you say that?
try this one.
Mister.
I'm Lydican, not Stinson.
I mean, we try to get correct. Try to get shook. What do you say?
This, my favorite's the next one though.
Probably a horrible too.
You know it.
If this is your favorite, then it's gonna be hard
Man, you
for
should make
us.
the next one extra pretty answer.
How about the
Just
next
like it-
one?
if
How
it's-
about the next one? I get out the candy.
Man, y'all know my script for that start testing.
Miss Linnigan, since the next one is your favorite,
Remind
the
me.
next one is gonna be hard
Write me
for
a
us.
post-it
Alright, I got you.
because that totally slipped my mind. Write me a post-it and stick it on. Okay, so example number 5. We have 3 times e plus 3 equals 4 times e minus 3 minus 8. So I have 1, 2, 3 variables I'm circling here. I'm drawing my line of equality, and I'm going to follow the steps on the directions that or on the notes that I just wrote. Meaning I'm going to simplify each side of the line of equality. The first step I do when I go to simplify, I go to see if I can do distribute. And I can. What can I distribute here, Jaden? What can I distribute here? On this side. What am I using to distribute? 3. So go ahead and distribute that out for me. No, what's 3 times 3? So positive 9 because they're both positives. Then I go to my right side. So I work my left side, then I work my right side.
4E.
Keep going, Alex.
It's gonna be 1 right.
So 4e and what?
1.
What's 4 times negative 3?
It's gonna be 9.
What's 4 times 3?
Yeah.
Say it again. 12. And then a positive times a negative is a negative. And then what do I bring down that I did not use to distribute? Negative 8e. Okay? I go back to my left side. What do I do after I distribute? Can I combine like terms on my left? No. So I bring that on down.
You can't on your right.
I can on my right. Good. What terms am I going to combine on my right?
Yo E, yo 4E, and yo negative 8E.
Thank you for saying minus 8e or negative 8e. So I'm going to work with the variable first. What's 4e minus 8e? Negative?
-4e.
Negative 4e. And then what do I bring on down?
You bring your 12.
What kind of 12 is that?
You go.
Negative.
A negative 12. Good. So I bring down my minus 12. Okay? Now what?
You get the 4
Why are you doing that? You're exactly right.
because you gotta try to get the variable on one side.
Nice. And you picked on the little guy because negative 4e is smaller than 3.
Yeah.
So I'm going to add 4e to both sides to get the variables on the same side of the line of equality. That cancels. So 3e plus 4e,
What, Miss Lineker?
That is
what do I bring down?
plus 9,
Equals.
negative 12,
And the last step.
negative 5.
What do I do for the last? What's it called?
Solid.
Solve as usual. So, as Daisha said, because she's rocking this class,
Hey!
negative 9. So 7e
What he said.
equals, what's negative 12 minus 9?
Negative 12 minus 9. Negative 3.
Negative 6.
Close. No.
Positive 3.
No.
Negative 2.
No.
Negative 4.
Say again, Alex. Negative 1? No.
Negative 4.
No.
Positive 4. Positive 4. Positive 4.
Negative 21.
How you gonna say close when he said?
He said negative 1. Listen, if you owe me $12, then you owe me 9 more, you're going to owe me $21. How do I get the e by itself? How do I get the e by itself? Last step.
Oh, you the ladder, right?
By 7. Which e would then equal
Negative 3.
negative 3. Way to remember. Ooh, that's an ugly negative. Good. We are not going to go over this last example problem together yet. What I want you guys to do, in just a moment, I'm going to let them finish getting this down. I'm going to put example number 6 on here. I want you to write example number 6 in your notes before you leave.
Are we not doing anything?
Man, this problem's gonna be so sad. I swear to God.
Just write it down in your notes before we leave.
That's a petty problem right there.
Stop and listen to directions. What are you doing? Sit down.
See, I thought this was a real quick thing.
Nope. Yes.
This problem is
Two. Once you get the example down, I want to see your notes in your binder in the correct spot. Your calculators in the correct spot. And then put everything up. See you, Michael. Nice job. Okay? So you don't have to solve it, but then I want you to get your notes in your binder. So where would this go in your binder spot, your note sheet in the right spot? Behind, this is the last note sheet, so it should be behind all your other notes. Not fast enough. Behind your note tab. Right on your register. Okay, put on memo tardy, just so I know what it's for. Yeah. And then as you bypass me, and I look at your binder, and if it's done right, you get 2 pieces. So,
it's $100. It's so expensive.
alright, grab 2 and your... Grab 2 and put your binder on the shelf.
Hungry man, hungry man.
So we'll finish our last example problem tomorrow. And I'll give you the worksheet tomorrow too.
Can I take my binder with me? I gotta finish my little quiz.
As long as you don't lose it. So show me your binders. Put your calculators in there. Show me your binders, then you can get 2.
Miss L.
Here you go.
Okay. Pick 2. Bring them up. Come as you walk by me. Show